Rolling and the sound is speeding. Hi, welcome to another episode of This Week with Drew for Thursday, October 28th, 2021. What's going on? On today's episode, we have big questions. We have some viewer mail as well. We're going to talk about, just that regular old shit that we talk about on this podcast, and it used to be better. Now I'm bringing it up, and it's under heavy weather. I can't really hear that. Fuck. That freestyle probably sucked. I couldn't hear the beat. That's okay, because I forgot to turn up the volume on the thing. Hi, welcome to another episode of This Week with Drew for Thursday, October 28th, 2021. It's going on. As we march onward to the as we ceaselessly march onward towards the endless void. How are you? Are you having fun? I hope you're having fun. I'm just saying hi. I'm just here to say hi and see how your week was. How was your week? Did you have a good week? It's Thursday already. Man, this week has been flying by. A lot of fall, Halloween's coming up, a lot of stuff too. We got to get those pumpkins carved. We got to get those Kit Kats purchased, the little ones, and then we got to, I don't fucking know. Okay, let's start the show. We got a little bit of, I'm gonna do this on bass this time. We got, how was my motherfucking week? How does bass translate? How does unplugged bass translate on the podcast? It's actually coming up a little bit. Okay. How was my week? Okay, so how was my week? So this has been reading week for me. As you know, I'm in my third semester of 4 semesters of radio broadcasting school at Humber. And so we're halfway done the third semester, which is great. I've been looking forward to this for a long time because the second semester we have a 1-month practicum out of the 3 months of the thing. And then it's like, how much more can you really teach me? You know what I mean? Like, what more handouts do I got to do? You know what I mean? Like, come on. So usually school starts to ramp down once you're closer and closer to the date. It's the most hard in the beginning because they want to weed out all the people and just take their cash. And then it gets easier at the end because they're like, oh, you actually want to fucking be here? And why is there's like something here? Okay. They're like, you actually want to be here. And yeah, so anyways, I've been looking forward to this. I've spent my reading week not on vacation, not just chilling doing fuck all, but in the pursuit of a job in the radio industry. So I hit up a couple of people who work for Chorus because I'm narrowing down the companies that I want to work for. It's pretty much Rogers Bell or Chorus or Stingray. But I think I want to work for Chorus Entertainment because they own Global and they own Food Network and they own like all sorts of like all the stuff that all the media that I consume and shit is owned by Chorus. So I want to work for Food Network. So I feel like once I'm in that company, I messaged the creative director and one of the creative writers for Chorus Western Ontario. Had a chat with both of them. Not just I wasn't like fishing for anything. I even told them that like I'm not here fishing for an internship. I'm just talking to you guys. I just want to just have a little conversation what it's like. Working, doing this job day to day. And it was actually pretty cool. The guy told me, he's like, commercial writers, like, yeah, we got this, like, we all talk to each other. It's a very collaborative process. If somebody's like, hey, does anybody have an idea for, a truck dealership or like a mattress company or pillows or anything like that, and they put in the thing and then everybody emails each other and talks and they're like, oh, this might be a good idea. Or they give each other tags. I sent him a bunch of my commercials and he sent me back like a fucking 4-paragraph email with all the things that he would have added to make the commercials better. And they all made the commercials way better. And I was like, oh, this guy is good. Like, this guy knows what the fuck he's doing. And it instantly turned my commercials from like really good into like, okay, this is like, we can put this on air tomorrow. This would be a campaign that we would run with, like a national advertising campaign. So That's pretty decent. And then I talked to the other guy, and then he was more the boss guy. And then, I always get a little scared about boss guys, but I don't work for these guys. So whatever, you don't have no power over me yet. So we just had a conversation, and I think he was kind of trying to feel out like what my intentions are. And honestly, like, I don't know what my intentions are. Like, I just know that I'm good at lots of stuff that the radio industry needs. And I would prefer probably to do creative writing than announcing. I was thinking about what it would be like to be an announcer, and you're stuck by yourself in that booth all day looking at fucking Facebook, trying to find and be like I heard some break last night, it was some DJ, and she's like, so Lululemon is outfitting the entire Canadian Winter Olympic team. And it's like, and then she's like, the men's will be getting a shirt with a pants, and the women will be getting pants with a shirt. Lululemon totally lit this one on fire. This is Katy Perry on Kiss. And it's like, so just like what, listing the pants and a shirt, and then the shirt and the pants. And like, she went in deeper detail as to what exactly, and the girls are bringing white with a zip off. And it's like, okay, so what? And then what? Like, I don't give a fuck about that, about you reading some newspaper article, back to me about something I could easily Google if I was interested in that, And the only reason people listen to radio stations is because of the music. I don't think it's necessarily because of the announcers. I would love to get an inside industry poll as to like how many people listen to radio for the music versus how many people listen for the announcers. Because I can't imagine someone would tune into a radio station of a genre that they don't like listening to because they like the guy's breaks, his 15 to 30 second, 4 times an hour. I like the 30 seconds that this person talks to me. I'm really having a hard time determining what the function of a radio DJ actually is anymore. Like, why it is even necessary to have them at all. And I know I've been taught all year, like, oh, it's because of the local. It's because of local. And it's just like, well, what is local? Like, what the fuck does that mean? Local to my neighborhood? Or the specific quadrant that I live in the city that I'm in? Because what is local? Take Edmonton, for example. What's local to the north side is not local to Mill Woods. And so then, and then if it's local to Edmonton, well, then that's something that's, local for 1 million people is going to be something that's, talked about, I guess, in the media, like radio, but more so in traditional media, like news media rather than entertainment media, so anything that's actually important to a 1 million plus local, I don't know if you can be local with 1 million people in your community, but anything like that, the news broadcasting, the news is going to take over anything of importance. And I can't think of too many things that are locally important to 1 million people other than the goings on of a sports team, or maybe some sort of, tragic event, a burning down of a historic building, or maybe some sort of new bylaws, or some sort of, new thing that's going to be implemented that's going to affect the group as a whole. But in terms of like what the fuck a radio DJ who has 18 seconds in between 2 songs can contribute to that effort, I don't know what that is. As you can tell, I'm very disenfranchised with the announcing stream, and I wish I would have taken creative production. So anyways, that's my radio guy shit. So now I'm trying to get a job. I'm pretty much like, I know I flip-flop every week, and maybe next week I will want to be an announcer, but I don't know, man. I'm at the point right now where it's just like announcing is like, and it's only like 32 grand. It's like, why the fuck would you do that for $32,000 a year? Like, at least creative writers are like 9 to 5 in a year to get make a little bit of bank, bro, a little bit more than the announcers do. And then you can spin that into whatever. It's a sales job, And then, so whatever, I don't know. And then at the end of the day, I might just say fuck it and just go into sales and make fucking money and just say fuck you. But I've never made decisions in my life based on how much money I was going to make, because I've always felt that was like a bad way. That's like a bad way to live your life. If you just make decisions based solely on how much money you're going to make, it's like, well, so do prostitutes and drug dealers, Like, so what? So you have this quasi-morality that allows you to to absolve yourself of those sort of decisions, but but you can make the exact same decision when it's fucking lifting a piece of metal or whatever the fuck, or like sweeping or doing whatever the fuck, whatever my buddies do. What do? They lift metal and they sweep. Or wood. They lift wood and they sweep. My two best friends. But that's not why they do their stuff. I just feel like it's like, making a decision based on money. It's just like, well, if I was going to make my decision on life based on how much money I was going to make, then why don't I go be Pablo Escobar? And then if your only argument against that is the moral constraints of selling drugs, it's like, well, look at OxyContin. Then why? Oh, then I'll go sell fucking pharmaceutical drugs that have far more devastating impacts on the world than do, coke dealers. It's just down the line where shit gets fucked up. This podcast isn't very funny, but this podcast, promotional consideration for this podcast is brought to you by our Patreons. Would you like a shout out on every single podcast, plus access to bonus content like interview episodes, every thing that I've done for my radio school, and every set ever as recorded on my cell phone voice memos? Well, you can be like these people: Anthony, Blair, Kunal, Joel, Nick and Mac, Bubba, Marnus, Bryce, Taryn, and in the motherfucking Hall of Fame, Colette and Andre. Say their name. What up? Also, promotional consideration for This Week with Drew is provided by our sponsor, KingTutsCannabis.com. Use the promo code DREW, DREW, for 10% off your order. Every time. Also, it's not your first order. Someone asked me this the other day, but it's fucking 10% every single time. This ain't 10% off your first order, bro. I negotiated a fucking permanent 10% discount for y'all motherfuckers. So go to KingTutsCannabis.com, and if you've never done it before, well, today's the day, bro. Even if you're not into weed, get some fucking CBD, get some gummies for Granny for her arthritic fingers. And if it's your first time, you'll get an extra 15% off, and you can stack my promo code on top of that. 25% off, a quarter off your quarter, 2/8 off your eighths. Go to KingTutsCannabis.com. Use the promo code DREW, DREW. KingTutsCannabis.com. Smoke like an Egyptian. Okay, and let's now move on from our sponsorship to big viewer mail. So we're gonna do some viewer mail. This viewer mail is from one of our viewers, Mac, and she says, "Yo, how weird are poop googles? I never would have looked at the reviews for Acorn stair lifts if I was not forced to sit on a toilet with nothing else to do. We look at some weird shit when we go shit." Which, Mac, I gotta fucking agree with you, man. Poop googles. I like to try to use this. Now, this is where I like to stack my time, and I like to do any sort of digital promotion for the day that I need to do on Instagram or Facebook. I like to do that while I'm pooping, because then I figure I'm getting two birds killer stoned, right? You're taking a poop, you're going to be on your phone, you might as well work, and it's just posting on Instagram. So you're going to be fucking around on Instagram anyways, so you might as well be contributing. And so, yeah, I like to do all my morning shit while I poop, and then sometimes, yeah, I'll get a weird goog. I'll get a fucking weird goog in there. Also from Mac is, she just thought the word sriracha skid marks was funny. So I thought that was funny too. Sriracha skid marks on your taco. But these are some white people looking fucking tacos. I'm not going to lie to you guys, Nick and Mac, those are some white people looking tacos. Those are some mad white people tacos. But they still look good. Okay, so that's the show. Oh no, I was gonna do one more thing. That was the viewer mail. Poop Googles. What sort of weird things have you Googled when you pooped? Let me know. Send me a message on Instagram. Nobody ever does. I don't know. Lots of people listen to this podcast, but nobody likes to contribute. So I guess I'll be the one fucking making all the content on this show that I make for you. Okay, that's our big question, and then that goes into our big question of the week. Oh no, that doesn't count. Big questions is something else. Fuck, okay, never mind. We don't have time for big questions. We'll do big questions next week. Okay, that's the show. Thank you so much for listening. Check us out every Thursday at the Corner Comedy Club if you're in Toronto. And that's it. That's the only thing I'm going to promote. Fuck you. Fuck you.